food, a food run, yeah. A food run, a food run, food run, a food run, a food run, yeah, food run, yeah. Yeah, food run, a food run, a freaking food run, a mother freaking food run, a food run. Running food, yeah. Running for some food, getting some food, running for some food, getting food, yeah, yeah, getting food. What the getting food? Food run! Yeah, food run! Yeah, food run! We are going to get some food. A food run, yeah. Oh, yeah. Running for some food, yeah, a food run, getting some food on a snowy night, yeah, on a food run, getting some food, getting some food, getting some food, and it's snow, getting some food, and it's snow. Holy shit. It's snow. There's some snow. Getting food. Food run. Holy shit. Drinking some juice. Getting some food. Drinking some cranberry grape, getting some food. Yeah, food. In the snow. Holy shit. Cranberry grape. Getting some food. On a snowy night. So. Slow down a little bit. There is a lot of snow drift, so it is expected. It's very windy. It's to say very, it's just consistently windy. It snowed, so like it's fairly windy. It's not like very, but it is fairly windy. And you know, with consistent wind, you're just gonna have gusts and drift. So, yeah, just like it'll be like just sudden spots where you gotta sort of slow down and pay attention. You know, just the snow might drift or something like that. So it's just a matter of doing that. There is a significant amount of snow drift here. And it would be very slippery going on this way. shovel some snow. I just can't wait to get some food. It's been cold, man. What? Food. 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 I was on a roll, man. Food, man. Food. 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 Alright, I'm gonna stop over here. I need my food. Oh, let's see. Oh man. Let's see over here. Okay. There's just like normally I went to where I normally go and there was a bunch of snow, so I had to turn around. Alright, we got fries. Oh, not bad. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Smell good. Smash burger. Smash burger. Mmm. 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 Oh my god. Oh my god. We got cherry limeade here. That's good too. It's all good. All of it. Oh my god. Smash burger. Holy cow. How is that so good? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Very good. I can't eat it fast enough. You can tell the meat's real, you can tell the cheese is real. The ketchup hasn't been sitting out, the bun is fresh. Fuck, it's so good. God damn. And fries aren't bad. They're not bad. Look at that shit. Oh my god, smash burger. It's hot too. Oh my god. Delicious. There's only a couple bites left. It's so good. Guys, I really can't eat it fast enough. It's so good. I could see, if you're a mayo person, just the right amount of mayo on this being pretty good too. And just a little bit, not like a lot, just a little bit. little bit of mayo with the ketchup. Suddenly you got yourself your own fancy sauce. That's all fancy sauce is. Completely finished. Completely finished. Excuse me. Completely finished. God, it's so good. That was nice. Excuse me. That was audible. I'm drinking my large cherry limeade. They have the best, seriously, like the best drinks. Like their ice, they have crushed ice, so it's just really good. It's just really, really good. I like the cherry limeade. It's really good. But like if you get, like for example, if you get like the strawberry limeade, for example, they'll put like real pieces of strawberry in there. And sometimes I'll admit that they could give you a wider straw, but they're small enough, they'll go through. And it's really good. So, you know, if they just, of course, if you use crushed ice, that's true. That's probably why they don't. So, never mind. That's probably why they don't. But yeah, it's still good. Like, it still works fine. You just have to kind of pull a little harder on your straw. Everybody's having accidents. That's what the first spot was too. It was just somebody off the road in a pole. This is so slippery. Oh my god! Holy shit! Oh, there's a cop here, so I'm not stopped. I just wanted to slow people down. If there wasn't a cop here, I would stop. Oh, it's EMS. Yeah, if EMS wasn't already there, I would stop. There's already an EMS there. People are getting out and standing up. There's a car on its side. There's literally an SUV on its side. That is how icy it is. Holy shit. Two people luckily climbed out the roof. There was this, they had a sunroof, and they were climbing out the sunroof. But an SUV is on its side on the road that I'm on. And they have an EMS person stopped with their the lights and everything on. So I'm just trying to let people know and warn people ahead of time and slow down the drivers behind me, because this road's dangerous. There's no salt on this road. There was salt on the other road. This one's not salted at all. And I think they were just unprepared for that. So obviously, after seeing an SUV on its side, even I'm going to slow down. Holy crap. That is insane. It is so icy. I'm just trying to slow. Honestly, like, some people will instinctually just start pushing on the gas and won't think about it. I'm really just trying to keep people from doing that, because that's all that person did. They really just didn't think about it. And you will. You really will. And then you'll just, it's black ice, man. Like, it's all over this road. You can't appreciate what the salt does. You really can't. There is no salt on this road. So yeah, the first one that we came to on my way there, there was huge snowdrift, and somebody on the opposite side had hit a pole and was completely off the road. And they had already cleaned up, I think, whatever other car was involved. But there was a crew there, sort of trying to get the other one out. They were just directing traffic. And then that one there was an example of basically, again, this road doesn't have any salt on it, and literally there was an entire SUV completely on its side. And it seemed like everybody was okay. Like, it didn't seem like they were going fast at all. It seemed like what had happened was probably they were trying to avoid somebody else that slid, and you know what I mean? Like, that they probably whipped the wheel or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And they probably did. They probably did avoid it, because it didn't seem like there was a lot of damage. It really didn't. They're just on their side, and they got out and they were standing up. So, good for them, because it seemed like there wasn't a whole lot of damage that happened there. Probably a decent driver, actually. unfortunate situation. Yep, there goes the cop. I just passed him. Yeah, that was just a really, really dangerous road, was all that was. Because, you know, like I said, it's not even, as I said on the way there, it's actually not even that windy, as I'm sure you can hear. Like, if it was really windy, you'd hear that, you know what I mean? It's not, like, very windy. It's just sort of windy, you know, moderately windy. So every once in a while there's gusts, and there's some wind, you know, like if you stood outside it would feel a little windy, but it's not like super windy or anything like that, where it's just everywhere. So I think that's the point, is it's sort of surprising to some people, you know, they just sort of kind of come up onto a part of the road where all of a sudden there's this huge amount of snow across the road and just ice and stuff like that. That's truthfully what's happening. And at both those spots, that is exactly what it was. So much ice. On that spot just there where that car's on the side, it wasn't even snow, it was ice. It was completely ice. And just absolutely no salt. And the other spot was both. It was ice and snow, packed down the snow that was drifting across the road. I don't know, like a pole sort of sticking out, but they were taking care of that. What's good is I see people slowing down and helping and being conscious of it, not trying to be a certain way, and that's good. You gotta be able to be patient and stuff, especially like stuff like that, like stuff that we can do about that. So yeah, so like right here, if I hadn't been paying attention and looking for it, there's like a huge amount of black ice like right across the road here. So if I hadn't been aware of what was going on just now, I probably would have driven over it normally, not thinking. And I probably would have started drifting to the side. Like my whole car would have turned to the side. And so like if that can happen, you can have the chance of like reacting either incorrectly or having to react because of something coming at you. So you know what I'm saying? And then that can, because you know, on ice you're just gonna keep going the same way you're going. You're not gonna. So if you would happen to react and then gain slight a bit of traction, that's where you see that car all of a sudden, gripping the road right at that point. You know, could just sort of yank the car. You know, if it's top heavy like that, you know, like an SUV. It was a pretty big SUV. It was a big. It was one of those ones where it's definitely it's a truck chassis. It's definitely one on a truck chassis. So. Not totally abnormal. You know what I mean? You see that sort of thing. I've definitely seen trucks before on their side. In similar sort of situations. What's good is it was obvious, the point that there's like not a lot of damage, it was obvious they weren't going fast. It would have been a lot worse. So that's a really good thing, obviously. Roads in general are relatively clear. They got those clear, pretty quickly actually. Like I said, it's just a matter of those. You have farms and stuff that stretch for a few miles. Those farms are gonna drift the snow across the road. I mean, it's that simple. Flat plain of land for the most part. So, when that stretches for several square miles either way across the road, obviously you're gonna have, snow drifts. But you know what I mean? Like if the wind is not going crazy, people don't necessarily know that. Like I said, it's sort of deceiving right now. It seems calm. It's not really. So yeah, it's not very windy. Just sort of those gusts. I think it sort of was. It's actually more cleared up now. So it was a bit gustier too. But it actually has it's not like a gray sky, right? Alright, I'm gonna... So I got my cherry limeade finished. I got my cherry limeade finished. I think I'm gonna finish my. Let's put you guys here. I'm gonna finish my. Red Bull. Yeah. Yeah. Just about done. There we go. Excuse me. Here's my Seven Dust sounding drum riff. That's supposed to be sort of Seven Dust sounding too. That's why I play it so much, because I like it. It sounds like something Morgan Rose would come up with. That's my flair at the end. He doesn't typically do stuff like that. That's my flair at the end. But, like, you know, that's the inspiration for that one. Pretty much any time I'm doing that, though, the fast stuff, a lot of that's, I'm inspired by Randy Castillo with stuff like that. Like, that was just his, he had this way of, like, doing it in such a way that it just, it's incredible how he could make fast playing sound so easy. Like, it was just regular. It was almost like he didn't know how to play without playing fast. So it was just regular for him. And other people, you'd try to duplicate. It's like, how does he even do that? It's just, he's a very technical player. He didn't know how to not be technical. So, like, when you're playing for Ozzy, where, you know, I mean, not that the stuff's not technical, but, you know, it's formatted. And, you know, so it's like, he's just very technical guy playing for Ozzy. And it's awesome. You know, just like Zach. Or really anybody that Ozzy worked with. You know, just top musicians, you know. And they understood the assignment. You know? It's like, you can make simple stuff and make it complex. You just have to be smart about it. Morgan Rose understands that assignment. But you can't do what he does, that's for damn sure. Because there's only one of him. You can't quite duplicate it the same way. Just can't. But I'm sure you could play stuff that he can play. But it's just not him playing, you know? You get what I'm saying? Just like Randy Castillo, you know? I mean, like, that was the whole point. Like, he just had this way with his fills. Especially the snare. But he had one of those just enormous sets. And he used it all during his solos. And it was amazing. He had, like, this part where he'd be, like, doing all these rolls, and he'd be like... And then he'd be like... He'd be, like, hitting these other, like, smaller drums while he's doing... And you'd hear, like... Like, in the background, you're like, what the fuck? Did he just grow 2 more arms or something? How the hell's he even doing that? Like... I'm like, that's just amazing stuff. And you're just hearing all these complex rolls, and you're like, oh, it's amazing. But then, like, you hear this other cool freaking, you know, those toms that he'd have sideways, those freaking awesome ones. Man, he'd just be hammering on those, too. And then, like, he'd have, like, this cool pattern to it, like, somewhere in there. And I'm like, what the hell? How the hell did he even do that? I didn't even see him do it. Just really cool. He's one of a kind, man. Both of them, both Randys were Rhodes and Castillo. One of a kind. There's no replacement. One of a kind. There is no replacement for either. I mean, Randy Rhodes too, like as a guitarist. You know what I mean? Like with him, you know, like it's just the sort of thing where like very similar to Castillo, you know, like just sort of like like his fingers were like water moving across the fretboards, you know, like he just had this flow about it. It was a natural talent. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he practiced, but he was one of the naturals. Like, that was the point. Like, you could just see it. It just poured out of him. And Castillo was the same way. I just don't think he got his due, really, in my opinion. And Rhodes didn't have a chance to either, unfortunately. I mean, I'm just glad people respect him now, you know. But, no, I don't hear a lot of people talking about Randy Castillo, and I think that he was one of the greats. He just didn't have a whole lot of time to shine. But yeah, he was there for like the No More Tears stuff. Like that was him on that tour and everything too. That was Randy Castillo. And yeah, obviously that was like some really good drums, obviously. Obviously, like, even just hearing, like thinking about the song No More Tears in my head, for sure, obviously, like, every instrument, everything stands out. Like, that's kind of the point. And yeah, those drums were pretty iconic, just thinking about it. You know what I mean? Really stand out. Ultimate Sin didn't get its due either. I liked that album, but that was J.K. Lee and stuff. I mean, it's still good though. I have to listen to it again. Something like that. Probably trying to overcomplicate it. It has a really weird rhythm pattern to the roll, but it's really cool. It's like pretty quick. But yeah, it's supposed to sound like that. Like that. It's pretty cool. That's the ultimate sin. That's how it starts. I think it's like that. I just have to hear the timing of that, because it sounds weird when I'm doing it, but obviously not when he does it. Also have a steering wheel and not a drum set, so it's a little limited. skipped one. It gets pretty tough to fit all those in there when you just... There it was. You want to really quickly get back to the next one. It's hard to do that because you have to be able to start the next... So you can't justify doing that roll unless you can. So that's why oftentimes I wouldn't do a roll like that. But the way he does it is he brings the other hand back before he finishes. So like that's how you do that. You do. And then your left hand starts to come back to the hi-hat or snare, whichever you're going to hit first. So then the right stays down, you know what I mean, on the floor time. So you learn to do the switch, but obviously on a steering wheel, I can't really represent that as well. Totally a black screen douchebag. Suddenly stirred in my head. I've had that drum riff in my head. Fucking love that. I love how he uses his double pedal. He is such a cool. He like the patterns he does with that. I love it. Yeah, Unstoppable was awesome for that, but it's about like that. Like I said, it's a little hard to do on a steering wheel. You sort of do that. But it's really cool. It's a really cool pattern. I like it. And then I liked the drum riff for Pain Redefined too. Like I said, that used to be back when 10,000 Fists was like the only album, like the latest album out, the newest album. That was probably like my favorite song at the time. But then, you know, like obviously you guys know, like I said, I liked Indestructible then. That was my favorite when that came out. And then now, ever since Immortalized came out, that's actually my favorite Disturbed album. But you know, like each individual one of those, again, I actually, obviously 10,000 Fists was when it first came out, you know, my favorite, but you know, very quickly was Indestructible, like I said, and then Immortalized. But Pain Redefined was definitely my favorite, and then the drum riff was really good. Guitar riff too, obviously you guys, you know, like the guitar is amazing, but the drum riff was really good for that. Good song. Mm. That's when it switches to. Because before that, it's like. It's something like that. This is the end. See ya.